Testing, testing. Can you hear me? So, pull up your phone. Whatever. Make sure you hear me. Shalom, Israel. We're the ICPK, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Honda. All right, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Christian sect, Muslim mosque, Black Panther Party, Black to Black group, or so have you. We stand alone. All right, like I said, since 1969, we bringing the truth out to the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians about who they are according to the Bible. Okay, so today we're going to talk about paying attention. All right, we pay for a lot of things in this wicked kingdom, but we do not pay attention. All right, reason being, the news always portrays the issues that the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians have. All right, they'll tell us that the number one cause of death for us is gun violence, but it's actually not suicide. And people learn how to be suicidal through the Christian church. I went over this in the class before when it talks about how people, or just the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, go into this Christian church, and this wicked pastor gives you white supremacy. Where he tells you that, you can be all you can be, as long as you let your soul glow. You can have whatever it is that you want, and that teaches you how to be a selfish person. And as soon as you don't get what you want, that's when the trauma happens, man. And that's when all the bull crap begins. I don't like this person because they never showed up for my birthday party. I don't like my dad. He never got me what I wanted for Christmas. So on and so forth, generation after generation. All right. The fact of the matter is, we're not even supposed to be celebrating these wicked holidays. All right. You're for sure not supposed to be celebrating your birthday. That's Greek tradition. They celebrated Greek gods 365 days of the year. Now, the one day you can exalt yourself as a god. Salam, sis. And we're not supposed to do that. All right. We have one God, the most high power. We have a king, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right. Or, layman's terms, Jesus Christ. All right. So why are we talking about paying attention? Because there's something that we're supposed to do in order for the Lord to be with us and on our side. Everybody thinks just because they got all state, they're in good hands. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not. Okay. We are a sign and a wonder in this earth, in this world, because we chose not to hearken to the voice of the Lord. Our power. All right. So we're gonna start off with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46, and then we're gonna get this article, man. All right, so we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 28, 46. I started 45. All right. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. All right. You think about when you're at the beach and the waves are going back and forth. What I'm saying? The Lord calls us that line where the waters are drawn back. All right. So just imagine sitting there and you got as far towards the border as you could. And that wave, you sitting down, that wave just comes upon you. All right. That's like these curses. They come upon us, no matter where we are, what we're doing. All right. Matter of fact, let me slow it down. These curses, okay, it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. All right. And shall pursue thee. All right. So just like I used the example, you're at the beach and you can play with the waves, especially the really big ones. And they'll come crashing upon you, you know what I'm saying, and overtake you if you can't swim. But when it comes to these curses, they overtake the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians because we don't hearken diligently into the voice of the Lord. All right. It says, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. And that's what we are in this wicked kingdom, man. We're destroyed with a sword destruction. That word sword just means heavy. All right. Understand that, hard, strict. We have to work 80 hours a week, just to have $200 left over after paying the rent. We're not talking about gas, utilities, and other expenses like food. That's a sword destruction. That's why we smoke weed, not to give, what's the word? Not to give an excuse for doing it, But if you don't know your identity, you're not going to know that you're not supposed to smoke weed. Like that nasty blunt, man, put it in your mouth and then get high and then pass it to somebody else and teach them how to do the wrong ways as well. Nah, that's that destruction, man, that we deal with in this wicked kingdom. All right. It says, because thou hearkenedest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, because we didn't listen unto the voice of the Lord our God, our power, not Big Mama, you know what I'm saying? Not your prophetess or your elder. He told you to put your hand down, and the answer to all your problems is to have a personal relationship with God. And what the heck does that even mean, Christians? What does that mean to have a personal relationship with God? All right. And it says, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Now, understand that if you're a so called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, that thing that we're commissioned to do, the conclusion of the whole matter, is for us to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. We're not here in this wicked kingdom to be rulers of everything. I mean, it's not a bad thing to make money. All right. You make $1 million, make $1 million. Money is a defense. But we get in here, we put our feet up, and we act like this is our rest, and it's not. All right. We're here to prove ourselves among these other wicked heathen nations, something that we didn't do before, because we chose to serve idols, you know what I'm saying, of wood and stone. We chose to do things contrary to what we were taught to do. All right. Moses and the elders of Israel, that's Deuteronomy 27:1. We went through that as well. Get these precepts down. Just don't listen to the class. Write the precepts down. All right. That's Deuteronomy 27:1. Moses with the elders of Israel. It talks about righteous leadership. All right. And right now we're in Deuteronomy 28, 45 and 46. We're about to get down to 46 now. All right. Verse 46 says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. The reason I'm bringing this out is because there's a lot of things going on today, and the media only portrays certain things. All right. As for a sign and a wonder, what's a sign and a wonder? A sign and a wonder would be Black Wall Street. When we had such a great economic system, it took us up to a year just for $1 to leave. When we knew the value of our brothers and sisters and we leaned upon one another. You know what I'm saying? Now it's nothing like that, and they drop bombs upon Black Wall Street. Rosewood. I'm quite sure a lot of us seen that movie with Vin Rames. Excuse me, with Vin Rames. How you say his name? Vin Rhymes, Vin Rames, whatever. About how those devils, you know what I'm saying, who are the oppressor in this land, killed all those black folks, raped them, and killed those women because of a lie. Same thing happened with Emmett Till. You wonder why we're identified by these curses. That's a sign of who we are, the true Jews, not the fake Jew who claims to be who we are, stealing our identity, just like they steal everything else. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. He can be anything he wants to be in his nation, in this wicked kingdom. He could be the last Mohican, the last samurai, anything that's other than what he is. He's able to be that. But you can't even be who you are because they stole our identity. And now being that is a problem because it's not profitable for us to do what our Father told us to do versus what he teaches us through white supremacy, aka the Christian church. There are more Christian churches in this world than there are Walmarts. I guarantee you that. But they're also making as not, if not more money, than as much money as Walmart. And don't quote me on that. Just to give you an example of how we don't have an infrastructure that supports the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians in the world through Christianity, because that money doesn't go to the community, doesn't go to the nation or your what Seventh-day Adventists, doesn't go to your Baptists, it doesn't go to your Pentecost, whatever the heck, your Catholics. It goes to one person, one man, or what they call, can't think of the name. But anyways, their little conglomerate. And meanwhile, your mom thinking that she's going to hit the lottery one day with a blessing from God because she's been paying her tithes and giving offers. And it never happens. Only thing happens is the pastor gets rich, people get poor. But thanks to Commandant General Yohanan and the ISUPK, we're able to benefit, from paying our damn tithes. If you don't believe me, you're watching this, pay your tithes to the ISUPK. Watch how your life changes once you start paying your tithes to the ISUPK and you start hearkening diligently to the voice of the Lord thy God. It's not that voice that you hear in your head that tells you, hey man, just stay in the club 30 more minutes, man, 2 more songs. No, and then when you're supposed to pick them kids up. You ain't been at Big Mama's house, ain't ate all day, because the money you were supposed to give, you in here buying some nasty ass Douce. It's a lot here. I just don't like that. I don't prefer it, but because you want to drink some Douce, these kids got to go hungry. You one more song. You need one more drink. Man, come on with that. But we have to do better. We have to hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord. And how do you do that? You get in these classes, you listen to these mighty preachers and prophets, who teach you what it means to pay attention and what it means to have self-discipline, man. You have to have self-discipline. If you can't sit down in a seat and listen, then that means you don't know how to pay attention. And when you know how to pay attention, you have self-discipline because you can make yourself sit in that seat and you can listen. You can listen and understand that what is being taught to you is good for you. And not only will you understand that, you'll be able to utilize it. You can't utilize something that you're not paying attention to. So like I'm looking at the wrong, I'm looking down at the computer screen. I'm supposed to be looking at the camera, Salaki. I just got a cap, like, go ahead and get you a tripod. I got one finally, Salaki. But that's the first step, man. Learning how to be still. Quiet those voices in your head because it's not the Lord talking to you. All right. It's demons in your head that are getting you to do the wrong things. All right. You want to know how to do the right things? Open this good book called the Bible, man. I got plenty about right. This good old book right here. King James Version Bible, man. The Holy Bible. This KJV, we get interactive today. Open this book. Holy means separate, man. This is a separate manual for the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. Whenever nations want to destroy you, the first thing they do is destroy your heritage. Any records of anything that could raise up a whole nother nation and teach these people how to continue to be Israelites, they're going to try to destroy it. But thanks to the Most High Christ, he allowed those records to be swallowed by the earth. And now we have him. We have a mighty priest and prophet named Commander Junior Hunter, who held on to this truth, man. Since 1969, he's been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians who they are according to the Bible and how to fight the wiles of this world, man, and stay strong, how to be fearless when it comes to the oppressor, all his tricks, When it comes to fearing the Lord, oh, yeah, you're supposed to have fear of the Lord because he will absolutely do what he said he was going to do and destroy you. Understand that. Matter of fact, we might as well go ahead and get another precept. I'm going to talk that one over. But the reason I brought that out first is because here in Columbus, Ohio, man, we've been having a lot of gun violence going on. And that's something that the media portrays to be one of the leading causes of death here. But we all know what the leading cause of death in America is, and that's the wicked oppression. Because of Christianity, we have a suicide rate that's higher than any other nation. And our people are very, very, very important, man. We're God's chosen people. We're his children, man. We're his babies. And if you think for one moment that he doesn't care, you're absolutely mistaken. He cares for all of us. But because of the Christian church, you're taught that, the kingdom of heaven is in the sky and hell is in the earth. And, if we don't do what thus saith the white man, we're going to end up in hell in the earth. I got news for you. We're in hell right now. This captivity is the reason why we have so many issues in the Black community. We have more issues than we have solutions. But now that we have solutions, according to the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter, so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians need to wake up, man. Get you a flyer when you see these brothers talking out the street. All going to these classes, find out what it is that you need to do according to this Bible, which is a manual. Some of us, we get a cell phone, brand new cell phone. We don't know all the features it can do. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a clue. All we know is that we take this iPhone out the package, and look, you FaceTime, you download your little apps, play your games. You don't know half the things these phones can do because we don't read the manual. We don't read the instructions or try to find out. TikTok comes out with little hacks. Bet you didn't know your phone did this. How do they know that? They know we're so excited to try to live and utilize the phone. We don't even know what it does. When it comes to so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, I'm telling you, you find this truth, hold on to it. All right. We don't have to be overtaken and pursued by these curses. You wonder why it's such a nerve-wracking thing when the police get behind you. Police get behind me, I don't give a damn. Ain't gonna find no weed in my car. I don't break the laws, because if you can keep the laws of God, you can keep the laws of the land. Understand that. And that's what we do. Now you praying because you got half a key in your trunk and a gun that got 17,000 bodies on it, because it's just been getting passed from hand to hand. Well, if you keep these laws, statutes, commandments, you stop being a coward and thinking that, hey, man, I care about what such and such thinks. This person, they mean more to me than this and the third. Man, you're supposed to love the Most High more than anything. When you learn how to do that, you won't care what the next man thinks. You won't try to rob somebody just to buy some stupid Christmas gifts. A dumb customer holiday we don't even celebrate. And Salakia, we just celebrated the Feast of Tabernacles. Glorious. Why don't you know about that as a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian? Because of white supremacy through the Christian church. They teach us all the things that will get us killed by the Most High. What do you know? You think somebody got over you on a scam or a gift card or your Cash App? What about the Christian church who's been getting over your family for generations because he teaches you it's okay to keep Christmas. It's okay to trick or treat and do, the Halloween festivities. It ain't nothing but some candy. Now you waking up in Jeffrey Dahmer's bed and you missing 14. But on a lighter note, seriously though, we've been lied to, and the Christian church teaches you lies. All right, in the ISUPK, we teach you the truth. That's why it's called the home of the truth. All right, for the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. So if you a heathen, you damn sure ain't coming up in here. We don't give a damn about you, because every nation that we've been in, every dwelling that we've been in, y'all have chewed us up, devoured us, and spit us out. All right. Like I said before, we just had the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles, man. 7 days we're supposed to have of rest, man. The Lord has glorious holidays, high holy days set aside for us. America has holidays, and these holidays, man, are terrible. All they do is take your freaking money, put division in your family, and give certain relatives and other family members out to molest children and do stupid stuff, man. Like, anyways, we're going to drop that. We're going to get another precept, though. We're going to go to Romans 13:11. All right. Romans 13:11. The reason why I'm talking about paying attention, because the media portrays all the gun violence, all the gun violence. And that's a sign, we know we're cursed. The Lord's allowing that wrath to be poured, on this earth, because we're not hearkening diligently to what he told us to do. And that's keep these laws, statutes, commandments. And now we got, let's say, I'm gonna read this article right quick, so then we're gonna go to Romans. It says 14's die in Columbus from gun violence in 1 week. A week is 7 days. All right, it's actually 6 days according to the article's date, but a week is 7 days. It says 4 teenagers in Columbus have died from shootings in the past week. For the families, I can't imagine, especially the mother now losing 2 of her daughters. How do you console her? Said Jane Patrick, brand ambassador for Change Agent for Mothers of Murdered Columbus Children. What did I say before earlier? A sign and a wonder, man. People say, oh, man, young Dolph had all that money, millions of dollars, over 80 properties, a whole fleet of arming, fatigued out, cars and trucks. He gets killed outside of Makita's Cookies. Meanwhile, you got Adam Sandler coming out with movies, excuse me, promoting homosexuality, and he doesn't have he's not dying in the street. He doesn't have to worry or suffer the affliction that we suffer here in America. His kids are good. Any other fake Jew that you see on TV, they don't suffer from these curses. These curses are a sign of who we are. They ain't come here on cargo slave ships. And that land that we sing, we shall see it no more. And Commander Junior Hunter brought up heavy last night. You can go over there now. If the Bible says that land that we were in, we will see no more, how are they us over there still? practicing whatever religion, you can make something up. You can go over there and probably find it. And that's just terrible because as so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, we're not paying attention to actually what's going on. We're just out here trying to get a dollar and trying to live deliciously in this wicked kingdom, and we're being destroyed because of it. And when the next plague comes, because we pray for them to come. The Lord shuts this down. You're going to need your brother, your sister to lean upon. All right, I'm gonna drop that article. There's more kids dying from other things, but those are the ones that they put out on the media. Who has control of the media? That wicked Jewish bastard, man. He owns, I think it's called Viacom. He paints the narrative of what you see and what you don't see, right? On TV, on your cell phone. If I don't have a TV. You Negro, I ain't got no TV. You watch TV on your phone. All right, you watch it on your iPad, however you see it, you watch it. And the things that you see are accepting to your eyes because that's what they show you. They show you our wickedness. They show you the things that we are beat up with and troubled and downtrodden with. And they make entertainment out of it. So now we think it's accepting and it's not. But let your Kanye West speak something about the blacks are the real Jews. You're getting canceled by the cancel culture. Canceling him. When Nick Cannon, he went back and apologized for telling the truth. But these are just statements. I mean, you'll show a whole video on how a black woman is supposed to get with a white man because the black man supposedly ain't nothing. That's a lie. And that destroys, lineages. That makes our royal blood unpure, man. We're not supposed to make marriages with these other nations. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, it's about time you wake up. So let's get to Romans 13:11. And I don't mean with your third eye that's supposed to be right here, doing this here. I'm not talking about that type of wake up. I ain't talking about wake up and charge you up some crystals. I mean, actually come into reality. All right. There's no such thing as that make-believe sci-fi stuff you see on TV. Get that in your head. You're never going to be a vampire on Twilight. All right. You're never going to be able to do some of that stupid stuff that they do on TV. It's TV. It's Hollywood. But let's get to it. Romans, what did I say? 13:11. Excuse me. As Frankie says, I'm working going ham. Smoking here. Excuse me. Romans chapter 13 and 11. It says, that is not it. Salaki, give me a second. Matter of fact, give me 2 more seconds. Like I said before, we're the ISUPK. If you're just now stumbling on us broadcast, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hanna. We're not affiliated with any other black groups, and make for sure certain that you do not group us in with any other Israelite groups, man. We stand alone. Understand that. We're the home of the truth, ground zero. No other brothers is faking it, trying to make it, and they never will, unless they come back into the ISUPK. All right. Get that in your noggin. Get that in your noggin. While I'm looking for that, if anybody has any questions, just type it in the chat. Baba Kushah. Let me see. Hey, Shalom. Yabashmi Yashar Barakatah to the brothers. Yabashmar Barakatah to the sisters. Well, screw that up. What's up, priest? Priest and Officer Khan. He's another mighty man here. Columbus, boots on the ground. Getting it in. Up under Commander Junior Hanna. That brother has a hell of a story. You talk about from rags to riches. When you find this truth, hold on to it. Hold on to it. It's good. It will save your life. It saved his life. And I'm telling you, changed it. You don't have to be pursued by these curses. But when you're doing the wrong things and you're serving the wrong power, just know that you're going to get your blessing from Satan. It's not going to be what you bargained for. Understand that. You're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. What did I say? All right, so so like here, Romans chapter 13, verse 11. Knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So understand this. In these end days, it's high time. You know what I'm saying? That we wake up out of sleep. You know what high time is when somebody owes you some money? You know what high time is when you ready to eat or you ready to get up out of work. You know, it's high time the teacher ring this bell so we can get up out of class. All right, now's the time for us to wake up out of that sleep, man. That sleep that has us thinking that, okay, we could just, what do they say, frolic around and do whatever we want to do. No, that's not what we're supposed to be doing, man. We're supposed to be keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. It's high time that we keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and we do what thus saith the Lord. That salvation is deliverance from oppression. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, you ain't got no business trying to give the enemy salvation. What does he need salvation from? His own hands? I ain't never seen the devil choking himself unless he was playing crazy to get off of killing a Negro. And he got suspended sentence or something like that. It's high time for the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians to arise up out of that sleep, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believed. So understand, one of these days when that sky cracks open and Yahweh shine, all the angels come and they give us righteous justice, man, killing the oppressor. Just know there's something that you have to do as well so that you don't have to have your blood spilled upon this earth. Let's keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Wake up to this truth. Wake up to this truth. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna get 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Give me a second. I'll find it right quick. 10 and 4. All right. 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So what it says, for our weapons of our warfare are not carnal. What does that mean? You're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. What is something that is carnal? What is something that is carnal? Definition of carnal. Excuse me. Carnal, temporal, bodily, marked by sexuality, relating to or given to a crude bodily pleasure or appetites. All right. Let's see here. What's a synonym for it? Fleshly, material. Let's go with material. All right. Our weapons of warfare are not carnal, man. Not carnal. Situations where brothers are killing one another, situations where sisters are stabbing one another, situations where we're doing all the wrong things according to the earth that we live in. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop smoking weed. We got to stop selling drugs to one another. We have to stop killing one another. We need to get up out the Christian church. All right. That's first and foremost. All right. Learn what it is to learn from the ISUPK and not your Christian pastor. Forget about those dogmatic principles in which we learned, in the Christian church or from your grandmother, your grandfather, your best friend, someone who didn't have the knowledge. That's why Christ taught the 12 disciples, because it needed to be taught and understood. I said 10 and 4. It says, through the pulling down of strongholds. Strongholds, man. Now, homosexuality is a stronghold. That demon is, man. And for certain people, it's like, I couldn't think about it for the life of me. Well, that same urge a brother has you know, to excuse me, to be gay. There you go. Yeah, material things. Yeah, to be gay is the same urge an addict has to smoke, dope. So you sit here and say, man, I couldn't be gay while you roll up a blunt. That same urge that you have to smoke a blunt is the same urge a homosexual has to take that rod, or a pedophile to touch a child. It's a demon, man. It's a stronghold. You know, that same urge you want to, celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving, eating pork from crab and lobster. It's the same urges, man. You have to fight those things. You have to fight those urges, man. They're demons trying to trying to destroy you and bring you great shame. Good night. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you stop or fight those urges? Well, you open up your Bible, you get into class, you write these precepts down, and you utilize them. Like I said before, the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? We practice these things that we speak about. You can't be perfect. You can be perfect. If you can keep these laws, statutes, commandments that are written in this Bible, over 613 of them, you can keep the law of the land. What fault could be found within you? We lie over stupid stuff. Some of y'all, a lot of your wives right now, because you're scared to tell the truth. You don't want to hear her mouth. Who gives a damn? You're going to hear it anyway. I'm tired. I'm tired of picking up your crusty drawers. Every time I turn around, I'm finding a sock here and there. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you take the trash out? And vice versa. Women lie to men as well. Out of fear, or just cowardness. You don't have to do that. You keep these laws, statutes, commandments. It teaches you how to be a whole other beast. You come into this school, you shed yourself for the world, and you become a new person, man, in Christ by these laws, statutes, commandments, and keeping them, practicing them. Keeping the Passover, these high holidays and feast days. That's glorious. If you don't keep them, the Bible says you'll be cut off. From your nation in all generations. You wonder why we have the problems we have now. It's because the Christian church and our leaders, man, they're not doing their jobs. That's why Command Junior High has strong brothers coming up and sisters. Shout out to the sisters, who cook on the high holy days and the feast days, they work hard to get their names and, to watch the kids so that the brothers can do the services of the Lord. And not to mention the ones that just slave, man. Shout out to all those sisters that slave, to be that helpmeet, to help their other ones, man. That's a big, shout out to y'all, And that's how you serve the Lord, according to this order. We have services that we do. Women aren't supposed to be at camps. All right. So sisters out there, if you're watching this, if you get invited to a fake Israelite camp, do not go. Do not go. Matter of fact, don't even deal with no fake Israelites. End up losing your life even faster than what you would in the world. All right. So the truth is here in the ISUPK. Let me get another precept. Matter of fact, I'm going to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Keep it short and simple. If you don't know where to find the high holy days, they're in Leviticus chapter 23. Chapter 23. All right. What's that was going? Oh, Ecclesiastes, Salakia. 12 and 13. All right. Good night. Take a sip of this right here. No, that's 12. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And don't get it twisted. Burning frankincense and myrrh is not like burning sage. All right. That sage will kill some of y'all. I love burning frankincense and myrrh because it smells good. All right. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. All right. So right here, you think about a conclusion. Conclusion sums up a story. It's usually the last paragraph in any type of literary work, you know, or at the end of a movie, what they would call the resolution. All right. It says, let us hear, talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, of the whole matter. All right. Fear God. All right. How do you fear God? Everybody say, I fear God. I fear God. And pick up a blunt and be smoking it. I fear God. While you over here rubbing on this your brother's sister's ass. I fear God. You at the strip club throwing money. That's not fearing God. That's mocking God. You're proving that you have a disdain for him because you don't think that he's going to do what he said he's going to do and kill your behind for not keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. What's the reason why you want to get drunk every day? It's the reason why you have to smoke. It's the reason why your reality isn't good enough for you and you want to live in the metaverse. You want to play video games just to take your mind off of what's in front of you. That's why I said, wake up out of that sleep, man. Gird up the loins of thy mind. Gird up the loins of thy mind. Fear God and keep his commandments. Keeping his commandments. All right. Some of y'all keep some stuff. I know some of y'all some hoarders. I know a lot of hoarders. Niggas ain't never had anything. And some of us have, but some of us are hoarders. So you know what it means to keep something. When it comes to these laws, statutes, commandments, you have to keep them. What I mean by keep them. Don't abandon them when it's time to party. Don't abandon them when you see somebody that you think is cute. Don't abandon them when your urges are just taking over. You have to keep them. Practice them and do them, right? For this is the whole duty of man. So when you see that word man, it's synonymous to mankind. So don't think it's talking about you too. You might be feeling some type of way. I ain't seen him. A nigga always that cat girlfriend, girl, you need to leave, man. Come on here, come. Nah, forget that. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments. Hold them near and dear to your heart, your mind, which is synonymous to your heart, because your heart will do nothing but pump blood. Understand that. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments. We have an issue with a brother and a sister. Keep them. This is how we solve gun violence. You keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You know that we're not supposed to murder. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill. Meaning murder. We ain't talking about like killing a chicken. You ain't gonna run around here acting like you part of Peter. Peter and excuse me, throwing red paint on somebody's fur. That's not what that means. It means don't murder somebody, man. Understand that. And when it comes to self-defense, that's something totally different. Because we definitely are Christians. So I don't think he's gonna run up on us and then nah. We would hate for something bad to happen to you. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments. By doing so, you'll come into life. We are children of the light. We not demons. Contrary to what King Von said, one of his songs. We're not supposed to be in no demon time. We're children of the light, man. Walk in the light. Exodus 20 and 13. All right. How do you know that you're not supposed to kill somebody? Because I'm telling you right now, it's written in this Bible. Thou shalt not kill. Exodus 20 and 13. So you get mad, and because the Christian church, like I told you before, teaches you how to be a selfish bastard, and the ISUBK teaches you how to be selfless. Understand, in the Christian church, you're going to want to kill your brother. That's what Christians do. They do the first emotion that comes to mind. ISUBK, you learn how to have compassion. You turn the other cheek, give them another opportunity. We have an issue, we go to that man and that man alone. But it's not to draw blood. There are things that you can do prior to even happening. You invite somebody to your house, keep having these big parties, somebody always steals from you. What's the first thing you can do? You can put your things away if you're having a big party. And if you know someone steals, why give them opportunity to? Hey, brother, you need anything? I asked him, do you need anything? Yeah, I need a few dollars, man. I just want to, I want to go shopping, man. I want to get a couple things. Well, look here, man. I got this for you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, brother, you didn't give him an opportunity to steal. You know what I'm saying? You need to get a job, brother. You can come down here to this, such and such and such and such. I mean, it sounds corny, but you would be surprised. You know, some people don't even want to ask for help. Why? Because the media portrays that you're supposed to have all this money and you're supposed to be up in this kingdom. And that's a lie. All right. Devil means deceiver. He's the liar. He'll give you that image and he'll paint that narrative so that you would want to what? Sell dope to your brother and sister. You know, that you do something like strip, you know, just to do what? Say, well, oh, I don't want to be sexualized. Come on, that's not what we do as so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, man. We're God's children. We're His chosen people. You know, you visualize you see a grown man, you're like, man, I can't stand his black behind. That grown man was a child. Some point in time, he suckled his mother's breast. Have some damn compassion for your brother and sister. Seriously, have some compassion. You realize the world's not going to have compassion for him. The world ain't going to have compassion for me. And I know that when it comes to my brothers and sisters, you know, the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, no one has compassion for us. We were the last ones hired and the first ones fired. You know, we're the ones that can't get fresh water, whether you're in Flint, Michigan, or Mississippi. We're the ones that are locked in cages on the border. Meanwhile, billions of dollars are getting shipped to other places where, you know, white people are, these heathen nations. I mean, it is what it is. Sad but true, is hard, but that's just the way it is right now. This is their kingdom. Ain't no sense in me trying to put my feet up and relax. It's too much work to be done. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, you want to make a change, not only in your life, but in the nation's life, man. Log on these classes, write these precepts down. We got radio shows. We got Mighty Men. I'm only an officer of 500. You know, I'm trying to give brothers and sisters milk. There's more seasoned brothers that have, you know, better breakdowns and all that. But if you don't do your part, you're not going to be able to help anyone. This ain't the only class. You can log on to classes wherever, whether it be in let's say Toronto, or you like, let's say you like what? You like a Jamaican, what do you call it? A Jamaican dialect. You know, what do you call that? People say, damn, you don't have a where you from a certain place. I can't think of the name. Accent, yeah. You want a brother with a Jamaican accent? Man, listen, there's brothers in Jamaica right now teaching classes. You want somebody with a Spanish accent? Man, we got brothers, Spanish brothers. Speak Spanish if you want to. Brothers in the UK, you know, you want to hear something different? You like foreign stuff? Man, look, we have brothers all over the world that speak different dialects, different languages, and you know, they'll break it down however it needs to be broken down to. However it needs to be broken down to you. You have no excuse. And this don't cost anything. You know, it costs time just to sit here. Hey, shalom, sis. It costs time, but that's about it. You know, that's it. They ain't gonna cost you like the Christian church will cost you. You be up in there, you damn near go broke. Service. We were supposed to go out to eat afterwards, but you know, I gave the pastor a little something extra. You know, I need my lights to stay on. That pastor about to go and get him a little crab seafood boil and be sucking on them crawdads. Be right back up in church next Sunday or Saturday, wherever y'all go to church on, telling you a lie to get you to come back and make you feel good about your sins. Like, nah. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, understand that you need to learn the value and see the value in your brothers and sisters. Because if you don't, who else is going to see it? Who else? If it's 10 people in the room right now, I see the value in a brother, and I teach him how to see value in his brothers. And it's a chain reaction. Because contrary to what the Christian church teaches you, the kingdom of heaven is inside you. And those demons that keep you from building it up, tear it down. And when Christ comes back, he'll look at each and every one of us and decide, hey, look, whether you coming or you going, I don't want to be destroyed. I want to make it on one of them chariots. Forget all that. So, Salakia, let me get one more precept. One more precept. We want to thou shalt not kill. Let's go to Proverbs 1 and 10. Like I said, write these precepts down. Keep them. You'll learn them. Be able to put them in order. And utilize them. Utilize them. You know, I ain't never had nobody teach me nothing. If you pay attention to this class and you seeing what is written, then you can learn something. You know, learning something and hearing something, two totally different things. I heard what you said, but then in my mind's thinking something contrary to what you said. And if I don't utilize what's being said, then I ain't learned nothing. I'm gonna learn the hard way, but I keep bumping my head. What did I say? Proverbs 1:10. All right, let's go. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10. Here we go. Okay, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. All right, you're gonna have situations because of that variant that the Lord sent in the household. You're gonna have a father against a son, a daughter against a mother, and what have you. I butchered that precept, but understand that, man. You don't have to smoke weed. I know people, our brothers and sisters, are going through a lot of things, but just by saying no, it was an instance on, I think it was on TikTok. It says Kevin Hart turns down Little Duval's weed. So he was like, man, it's a camera right here. I don't want to send the wrong message. Kids, if you're out there, don't smoke weed. He says, don't smoke weed. Lil Duval sitting here, weed is good for earth, but you drinking. Drinking is lawful. Being a drunkard is not. So don't what is a sinner? Okay, someone who breaks the law. All right, the law of God. So it's talking about the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. Don't let someone entice you to do the wrong things. I know sometimes it's hard accepting the truth, but it's fair you have to. Because as soon as you do the opposite, you're going to pay the price. You're going to pay the price. So I knew I shouldn't have slept with that sister, but I did it anyway because I felt like my girlfriend was cheating on me and she won't give me the time of day. Now you at urgent care with a burning sensation and an itchy ass because you didn't want to do what you should have did. Like, you have to take a stand at some point in your life and choose to do right. Everybody wants to be blessed. Everybody wants what they want and all that, but there's something that you have. You'll go to work to put money in the bank. When it comes to storing up your riches in heaven, you're not willing to do what? Keep these laws, statutes, commandments? That doesn't make sense. So keep these laws, statutes, commandments. When your mom tells you, man, come on, get a plate, baby. Thanksgiving, don't go over to get no plate. She all this time, 360 days a year to get you a plate, and now she just wants you to keep her sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgia going, because that's a time where she was the happiest. Like, no, nothing in this earth or in this world should get you to sin against your Father, the Most High Power. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class and get through these prayers. All right. We're the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. Since 1969, we bring out the truth to so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians about who they are according to the Bible. I keep looking down, so lucky. My camera's right here, my computer right here. I'm thinking I usually have it right anyway. All right, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and classroom announcements. No, do the prayers first. Imagine, which means to stand. Plenty Aquadam. Turn to the east. For us, the east is him. Good night. Take me a sip of it. Quam's Health and Wellness. Shout out to y'all for frankincense and myrrh. The nice little iron. I get the burning in. Got the coffee. But it smells amazing. So, we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Baba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba Rataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamaya, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Kao, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayaya Nawa, Banasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha Allah, Wathapa Ara, La'ai, Walamyam, Aman. In English, what I read was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. So we're going to read the prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, Bakushah, Nathan Lanau, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Kal, Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakwayim, Hamathium, Hakak, Al Rakawa, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, by Hashem Yahushua, Tuadaman. In English, Lord, in the name of Jesus, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Jesus, thank you, so be it. This is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shah, wa Yamaka Allah, wa Allah Hayat, Matazabaya, Alawap Yohanan, Ha Alawapim, Ha Serenium, Ha Quatazayunium, Ha Kolyoyoyim, wa Ha Agwathian, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, Thuadaman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ai, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'rataza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalika, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashtarala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamayanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa Yarak, Bala Yala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaathka, Waba Wa'aka, Ma'ai, Wa'ai, Walam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahayim, al Damayala Ka, al Thakarash. Wa al Thashakwat, al Kayahana, Awa Yabyaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, al Imaka, Ya'aria Yawam, Sawada, Wa Ya Tha, Ya'ai Tazawa, al Tazapa Wan Yaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wakankidam, Magawaya, Wala'a Yazakar, Sham Yasharala, Haiwada, Kaya, Nawa Itazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ah Halia, Adawam, Wa Yashamai, Al Layam, Mawa'aba, wa Hagarium, Gabal, wa Imawan, wa Imalak, Palashath, Ein Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imum, Hayawa, Zorawai, Labanya Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasaya, Sarah, Kayabian, Banakal, Kayashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayan Darai, Hayawa da Aman, La Adama, Shayathamwa, Nada, Yabamawa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakatazal, Manai, Kal, Naya Sakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, La Salakia, La Nawa, Ath, Na'awath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kagalagal, La Kakwash, La Punya, Rawakwa, Rawakwa, Ka'ash, Taba Yaira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Hariam Khan, Tharadatma, Basa Arika, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Qualawam, Wayabakwashwa, Shankar, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadarai, Kayatha, Shamkar, Yahawa, Labadka, Yawan, Al Kaha Arataza. Now, what I just said in the Hebrew, I'm going to read in English. Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeir. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. All right, I'm going to read the curses. Okay. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasures of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and to the nations and their drug dealers, the court systems, the prison systems, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Paza Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, the spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. And name me Howard Shine. Thank you. Always. So be it. Sar, we'll go ahead and go through the security announcements. We are the ISUK started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and a sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10. I'm going to say that again. People are, well, you got to pay the tithes. Yeah, it's a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, which means a tenth in the Hebrew by Asherah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to General Bayakala or the teacher, priest fund, free will offering for any priest. It's not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Which one is it? Feast of dedication. All right. If anybody has any questions, reach out to your camp leader, the highest ranking man in your city. That courtesy salute to the brothers, Brother Majid, Wife Shabbat, Barak, Yahabashim Yashab Barakatah, to the sister Majid, Shabbat, Barak, Yahabashim Atah, Bashim Yashai, Yazmatat.
Shalom Yahweh, Shamar Al Atah Ba'Hashem Yahushua.
Yazmatat, class in this. Shalom, Israel.